So this is going to be a placement training program. The module 3 is going to be focused. So during this time, what will happen is you'll be having written tests. Well, as we speak, there are students in the class who are writing their test. Okay, so this is frequent test for you to ensure that whatever you have learned, you are able to perceive it and you're able to tell it. So that is going to happen. The next thing is there is going to be mock interviews. So what happens during a mock interview is that you will be facing a real interview kind of a setup where you'll be questioned just the way how interviews are conducted in the real companies. So what will happen is you will know what are the areas you're lacking and we will give you suggestions on how to improve yourself. Okay, this is very, very important. And many a times, and also if you go through our reviews, a lot of students have given very high regards and remarks for the mock interviews and how it helped them overcome their fear of facing the technical interview. Okay, so this is one process that is going to really help you in land that dream job of yours, because many a times you will know what to say during an interview. Keep in mind, there will be different ways of how interviews are going to be conducted at companies. The first round is going to be a telephonic round. The next round will be a technical round. So you would have learned certain concepts, but it's just that knowing is one and putting it in the right way for the other person to understand is a completely different thing. So during this time, you will learn how to respond to technical questions. There's going to be technical aptitude tests that will be there that will help you enhance your skills. Okay. Now, apart from this, let me ask you this question. According to you, how long will a HR invest time looking at your resume? Just give me a number. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Give me a
One
number.
minute.
So yes, we have a Akhil says they will invest around a minute. Abhishek says 10 seconds. Shonali says 3 minutes. So we have different numbers coming in. Shruti says 2 minutes. Now let me ask you this question. Now, do you think it is fair for a company to assess you as an individual in, they don't spend 5 minutes, they don't spend 2 minutes and all, 30 to 40 seconds. It's an average time. For hiring a CEO, they might spend 5 minutes. But for a fresher or beginner or people who are transitioning, 30 to 40 seconds. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think it is fair that somebody can assess you as an individual in 30 to 40 seconds? Now, think about the hardships that you've gone through, your entire education system, education of schooling. Then you would have done your engineering. Then some of you might have done your masters. The kind of effort that you guys would have put, the project work, the internships, and all of that. Forget the kind of effort that you've put, the kind of financial responsibility that your parents took for you to ensure that you're schooling and they've given you engineering or they've given you education. It's a financial constraint or a burden for the parents. Think of all of that, and towards the end, it will come up to somebody saying that they look at your resume, 30 40 seconds, they will decide. Do you think it is fair? I just want you to tell me yes or no. No, it is absolutely not fair. But unfortunately, that is what is happening. Now, it is not they're intentionally doing it, it is just that there are so many people. Bangalore alone, there are around 4 to 5 lakh people who are looking out for jobs in IT. It is just that there are so many people, so many resumes that will come to a HR that it's very hard for them to spend a lot of time. So they will scan through the resume. If it catches their eye, they will go further. If not, how much ever knowledge you have, if you're not able to showcase it, because at the end of the day, I would say a resume is going to be like your first interaction the company will have with you. They may not even speak to you first. They will just look at your resume, and that's going to be the first interaction, right? So first impression, absolutely, it makes a huge difference. Good. Yes, Abhishek, first impression. So what will happen is during the placement training, we will tell you how to craft a positive resume that will draw attention of potential recruiters. Let me tell you, the template that you will find on the internet or the template that your placement officer has given you in your college, it will not work. If you are a developer and if you're looking for developer positions, there is a certain way, there are certain aesthetics that has to be followed for the resume. About that, you will be learning here, how it needs to be done. And again, we'll give you feedback on it. Moving forward, there will also be something called as maintaining a good online presence, right? There's something called as GitHub, and having a good, how to showcase the projects that you have worked in your GitHub. All those things we will be telling you. So that's the reason I said that module 3 is very, very crucial, because you know what? If you want to learn JavaScript, you don't have to come to an academy. You go to YouTube, the person who has created JavaScript, his videos are available for you. Who better can teach you JavaScript than the person who has created JavaScript? Yes. Again, you find everything, all this information, you will find it on the internet. But the problem that will faced by people is, how do we structure all this knowledge and how do we present ourselves to an IT company? Things that you will not find on internet or answers you will not get in Google is what you will get when you learn from a mentor, when you learn from a trainer, when you come to an institute. Those are the kind of things you will get. Information is freely available everywhere. Anybody can learn information. But how do we utilize this information and become somebody? Yes or no? You consume this information, you become someone. And how can you now take yourself to a company and say, okay, I am a skilled resource. Give me an opportunity for me to demonstrate my skills, or you have a problem, I have the skills, we can combine, we can come with solutions. Okay, it takes a certain level of training before you get into that kind of a thought process, right? So this is what happens during your module 3, and I'm pretty sure you've already seen the advantage of a session or this particular segment. Yes, awesome. Let's move on to module 4. What's the next thing in our training program? So till module 3, we are focusing all our attention towards JavaScript as a programming language. And then we are focusing on front-end development and the preparations for becoming a front-end engineer. After this is done, you will get into module 4, where you learn the back-end development part.